Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty beef has escalated to a point of no return.
When Pooh Shiesty walked out the feds, everybody thought he and Gucci Mane were about to pick up right where they left off and run the game back. But what happened next shook the entire internet. Shiesty just posted a chilling video involving Gucci Mane, and it dropped right after robbery allegations and whispers of a kidnapping plot that sound like something straight out of a hood movie. The streets are buzzing, and this story is next level crazy. The rise and the warning signs. When Pooh Shiesty touched down from federal custody in October 2025, the rap world was watching closely. No debate. This was the Memphis rapper who took over the streets with his platinum smash Back in Blood featuring Lil Durk, a record that climbed to number 13 on the Billboard Hot 100 and stayed in heavy rotation for months. His debut project, Shiesty Season, debuted at number 3 on the Billboard 200, making it clear Memphis had delivered another real star with nationwide pull. Standing right behind that explosive rise was Gucci Mane. The Atlanta legend signed Shiesty to 1017 Records in 2020, putting his reputation on the line because he believed in the young rapper's raw energy and street authenticity. Gucci didn't just sign him, he vouched for him in front of the entire industry. But what happened in the months after Shiesty walked out? Those federal gates would expose cracks in what fans believed was an unbreakable, big-bro-little-bro bond, leading to allegations so wild they sound fictional. To understand how things spiraled, you've got to rewind to the beginning. Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty linked up in 2020 when the Memphis rapper caught Gucci's attention with his gritty, early records that reminded people of Gucci's own come-up. This wasn't just business, it felt like a torch being passed. Their first collab, Still Remember, dropped in June 2020 and introduced Shiesty to Gucci's massive fanbase. They followed up with Who Is Him, proving their chemistry was real. By October 2020, Shiesty earned his spot on 1017, loaded alongside Gucci and label mates like Fujiano, Big Scare, and Enchanting. Momentum carried into 2021 with The Visual for Ugly, a hard-hitting anthem that showed their connection was still solid. When Shiesty Season took off, Gucci gifted him a slime green Trackhawk for his birthday, a moment that went viral and seemed to cement their bond as more than industry politics. But beneath the success, trouble was already brewing. On October 9, 2020, the same year he signed with 1017, Shiesty allegedly pulled up to the Landon Hotel in Bay Harbor Islands, Florida, in a rented lime green McLaren for a deal involving loud, lean, and designer sneakers. According to federal authorities, after inspecting the items, he allegedly pulled out a Draco and opened fire, striking one of the sellers. As he fled, a Louis Vuitton bag containing over $40,000 reportedly fell from the car. Investigators later connected the cash to Shiesty by matching serial numbers to money he had previously posted online. Then came Memorial Day weekend 2021 at King of Diamonds in Miami-Dade County. After money allegedly fell from his pockets and security attempted to escort him out, Shiesty was accused of firing a shot toward the floor, striking a security guard in the ankle. On January 4, 2022, Pooh Shiesty pleaded guilty to federal conspiracy to possess firearms in furtherance of violent crimes and drug trafficking. In April, he was sentenced to 63 months in federal prison. The plea deal dropped additional federal charges and led to the state strip club case being dismissed. Throughout it all, Gucci Mane stood by his artist, even speaking on his behalf at sentencing, showing loyalty while Shiesty faced the consequences of his actions.
Roll of the dice.
Yeah.
Shiesty, he home. He still on the label.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Shiesty, I got big plans for Shiesty, man.
Yeah.
That's who I've been waiting on, Shiesty.
Yeah.
So we finna go up through there now. And Pooh finna come out too, and I got big plans for him too. I got to just execute these
Everything
plans.
right on time.
Bro, it's very exciting times now.
Yeah.
I've been waiting on them. I can't.
Those words from Gucci painted the picture of a boss who'd been counting down every day until his star player was back on the field, ready to pick up where they left off and reclaim the dominance they built together. When Shiesty finally touched down on October 7, 2025, after serving close to 3 years with time served and good behavior, the moment felt official. Gucci immediately took to Instagram with high energy, welcoming him home and proudly calling him the main slime.
The way Gucci came home and they motivated me too because I took notes from there, how he switched it up, how he toned up, got fit, got his mind healthy, took notes in there every way, so they motivated me to move how I'm moving, toward today too, so. He showed that it can be done, all you gotta do is want it. You gotta sober it up, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of the similar traits because I realized that he woke up when he was in there, you know what I'm saying? He really woke up.
Your voice holds infinite potential. Transform your vision into reality with pristine clarity and natural emotion that captivates every listener. Everything looked like it was lining up perfectly. No funny business. The OG had held things down while his young artist did his time, and now it felt like they were ready to shake the game up all over again. But the hip-hop world was about to learn that appearances can be deceiving, and the real damage had been set in motion long before Shiesty ever stepped out of that federal facility. The split and the smoke. To really understand how serious the fallout between Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty became, you first have to look at the tragedy that hit the entire 1017 Records family. While Shiesty was locked up serving his sentence, Big Scar, born Alexander Woods, wasn't just another name on Gucci's roster. He was Shiesty's blood cousin, a bond that ran way deeper than a typical label relationship. The young Memphis rapper had been putting in real work for 1017, showing up on tracks like So Icy Boys and earning his respect through talent and relentless grind. On December 22, 2022, Big Scar passed away at just 22 years old from an accidental overdose involving prescription pain medication while at his girlfriend's home in Memphis. Those meds had been prescribed after a 2020 shooting where a bullet traveled up his spine, forcing doctors to operate and remove his appendix. Gucci Mane took to Instagram to mourn him publicly, calling Big Scar his secret weapon, as tributes poured in from across the industry. But for Pooh Shiesty, stuck behind federal walls, unable to attend the funeral or properly grieve his little cousin, the pain hit on a completely different level.
God passing away, like, I could agree with me being in there and having some alone time to think. I could really agree with it, but like to this day, I still ain't really got over that, you know what I'm saying? So it's my little cousin, like, I was there, you know, every step of the way until, unfortunately, I wasn't there no more, you know? So me coming home to that, like being in there when you hear a death and, you know, you get the bad news, it don't feel real, especially like without you being able to go to a funeral or see him like right there. So it's just like, it's like a whole different world in there, so it ain't feel real. But me getting out here not being able to see him or call him or him to tell me welcome home, you know, still messing with me up for real, so I ain't really got over it.
The loss by itself was already enough to put pressure on any relationship, but what happened next turned that pain into real tension and ended up being the final straw. After Big Scar's passing, a public dispute broke out over funeral expenses. Members of Scar's family claimed Gucci Mane initially promised to cover the full cost, reportedly around $60,000, but only contributed $10,000, with Atlantic Records matching that amount. That left the family to cover the remaining $40,000 using Big Scar's life insurance, a situation that had people heated and talking heavy.
Just passed away, ho. He deserved way more than what Gucci put in. You talking about some flowers and $10K. He ain't pay for no funeral. He put towards the funeral, but he ain't pay for it. He said that he was gonna pay for the funeral, and he ain't do that. But it was gonna get paid for regardless. He want all 4 chains back. He ain't getting no. Girl, fuck them receipts. Don't nobody give a fuck about them receipts showing no 20K. I'm telling y'all what the fuck I saying. It's on a receipt for 10K that we get. What the fuck? She just trying to clear up her husband's name. He ain't trying to come to us and talk to us as a man.
The accusations hit different for real. Not only was Gucci Mane accused of falling short on the funeral expenses, but the family also claimed he asked for Big Scar's 1017 chains back. For a family already drowning in grief, with Shiesty locked away in the feds and unable to step in, that move felt like the ultimate betrayal. Gucci's wife, Keisha Kawire, stepped in and posted receipts showing a total of $20,000 contributed between Gucci and the label in an effort to clear his name. Later on, Big Scar's father spoke out on Instagram, defending Gucci and saying the situation was a misunderstanding that started with Scar's mother. But by then, the damage was already done, in the court of public opinion, and more importantly, in Pooh Shiesty's mind. And the smoke between Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty didn't exist in isolation. It was tied into another long, simmering conflict that had been brewing for years. The tension between Gucci Mane and Yo Gotti traces back to 2012, when both artists planned to drop projects on October 17th, a date that carried serious weight for Gucci because of his 1017 brand. What could have stayed friendly competition between two Southern heavyweights quickly turned personal.
He was upset that you put your mixtape out the same day as his.
Yeah, I mean, but he ain't say my name. He just like, why would a rapper do it? Mm-hmm. But, you know, shit, when nobody shit coming out but mine on the same day, so, you know.
I thought you asked me for a chick. I thought you were smashing his chick or something.
Yeah, you guys had some issues over Keisha Dior.
Gotti starts laughing and smiling.
I'll take you for where it started. We're going to get to that.
Yeah, let me get to that.
That bombshell about Yo Gotti messing with Keisha Kawire around the same time Gucci started linking with her added a whole new layer of personal drama, way beyond normal industry competition. And according to multiple sources, Gucci's strategy of signing Memphis artists like Pooh Shiesty was, in part, a way to get back at Yo Gotti.
So you don't think they were war tactics?
What?
What Gucci was doing, locking down Atlanta, signing everybody in Atlanta when he got into it with Jeezy, locking that city down, got into it with Gotti. signed the whole Memphis. Now they can't mess with him. Now all the
who did he
artists
sign from Memphis? He signed Pooh Shiesty.
He signed like 9 artists from Memphis. Everybody he dropped was a Memphis artist.
In October 2024, Gucci Mane shocked the game by announcing he was letting go of all his 17 artists, except Pooh Shiesty and Fugiano. He explained it came after reviewing his profit and loss statements. The move hit hard because of how sudden it was, dropping a bunch of Memphis artists at once. Many saw it as Gucci quietly dismantling his own war strategy against Yo Gotti.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Listen, I wanted to make this announcement on 10/17 yesterday, but I just seen like my statement, my P&L with all my artists. You know, it's almost like a whole bunch of shakeup and it's a whole shit show in the industry right now. But when I look at my P&L and me being a businessman, I think that I'm gonna have to release almost all my artists except for Pooh Shiesty and Fugiano. This is a decision I didn't want to make. I thought about it, you know what I'm saying? I could keep all of them under the contract.
The artists who got cut included Matt Critter and Co-Twix from Memphis, Brednan from Chattanooga, FTO Set from Memphis, Hot Boy West from Texas, and Big Walk Dog from Mississippi. A heavy chunk of them came from Memphis, the very city Gucci was supposedly targeting to undercut Yo Gotti's dominance. And now, with Pooh Shiesty fresh out the feds, all these storylines were about to collide in the most dramatic way imaginable. The allegations and fallout. In the days and weeks after Shiesty returned from federal custody, fans started noticing subtle but major shifts in his public dynamic with Gucci Mane. First, there was Gucci's welcome home Instagram post, which he quietly deleted without explanation. Then came Shiesty's highly anticipated FDO single, debuting at number 12 on the Hot 100, proving his commercial pull was still strong even after time behind bars. But what really had people talking was what was in the song, and maybe more importantly, what wasn't. On FDO, Shiesty gave love to Yo Gotti while completely skipping mention of his supposed boss, Gucci Mane. He even directly referenced Gotti in the bars, sending the streets into a frenzy, wondering where Shiesty's loyalties truly lay.